I have seen
Call them out, dude.
a constant conversation lately of people not using your wording, but basically feeling fatigued of gaming. And it's usually people in their 30s or early 40s saying this. And I think it's interesting because like I'm not experiencing that. So I'm
Yeah, I'm
curious
not either.
where that's coming from because I am hearing it a lot. It's not just
Yeah.
you. I'm sure there's a lot of data there that you would need to be able to even answer that question because everyone plays different types of things
Well, I was about to
and
say,
stuff like that too.
there's also the factor that some people stick to certain genres. In
Yeah,
fact, I think most people probably do. And I'm weird because I play everything. But I know, some people are looking forward to first-person shooters. And yeah, right now is not a great time for those. Or if somebody only plays like, they want to play like action RPGs or whatever. It's like not a great time right now for that.
yeah. Anyways, it just kind of caught my attention because I specifically in the age demographic, I've seen that conversation pop up quite a bit as of late. So
But I think most people, when they are talking about the state of gaming and not feeling fulfilled with gaming as of right now, most people aren't as like eloquent as how he's saying that.
I don't think most people are very eloquent. Period. But yeah,
I don't either. But well, a lot of people are just like every time a game's going, like, oh, it's gonna be fucking shit, and they're just gonna fuck us over. I'm like, oh my god, like it sucks that you're that jaded, man. Because
prepared to be disappointed. Yeah,
yeah, well, they're so ready to be disappointed that they almost want to be disappointed.
yeah.
They're like just ready to fucking want to tear somebody up. Because I think there's like, whatever's going on in their personal life, I'm not gonna make judgments on that, but
Sure.
like whatever game upset them, which yeah, there's plenty of examples. I'm not saying fucking games like we're in some utopia of gaming, but I have my criticisms too, but man, fucking people are just like they're ready to be disappointed. I'm not saying Tom B's ready to be disappointed. I think your perspective is fair, but it just you're bringing it up. It reminds me. I see a lot of like over on TikTok. I get a lot of feedback from people, and luckily, just like here, we have a lot of nuanced people who want to have conversations, and so which is great. But I do get people on there who are just like, if anything comes up about a game that makes them even slightly think something might be wrong with it, blah blah blah, they instantly jump to like, oh, it's just gonna be another shit game, they're gonna disappoint everybody, like fuck them, blah. It's like, oh my god, dude, like
Yeah, I think that also falls back to we've said it a couple times in the show now too, or as well, that I think more people would just need to play more 5 or 6 out of 10 games.
sure, yeah,
Because I think everyone has just gotten to the point where you're playing too many AAA games, and so you just have this. And I do think rating a AAA game in comparison to some of these 5 or 6 out of 10s, or even some of these like small games, is a different type of expectation. Like if a company like Rockstar came out and had a bunch of mistakes, yeah, I'm gonna have less understanding of it because they have the resources and the time, because they definitely aren't rushing it out
yeah.
to make these games versus like team of 10 makes a game and there's issues. I tend to be okay with overlooking some of them as long as the game's still fun, which is a different topic, but I think it does connect a little bit. I think a lot of people play too much mainstream gaming and should probably expand their horizons a little bit and see if they can find that passion again for enjoying games.
Two things I want to add to that. First off, I agree to embrace the mid game, I guess. I played a game a couple weeks ago called RoboQuest, which is a really tight Quake-esque feeling cooperative roguelite with a shitload of content, and it's a fucking blast. Like, I had a lot of fun. I got it on sale for like I think $15. It's typically like 20 or something like that. Completely fucking worth it. Little games like that, I always love when I find one of those, because I'm like, this game's just fun. It does have the quality of like a AAA game, fuck no, but like they nailed the gameplay. It's just a fun ass game to play. So yeah, I agree. Not every game needs to be like a masterpiece basically, but when they are, it should be appreciated.
Yeah.
But secondly, a factor that I don't think we're really talking about here too, that I know we both know about, but we're not really mentioning it. So maybe somebody who's listening might want to hear this represented a bit. Not that we're rich. Neither of us are rich, but like, we buy games regularly.
Sure.
Some people on an economic level might be banking on their investment going longer, being good,
It's true.
being worth the investment. You maybe don't have $70 to fucking drop, every month for one game, or
Yeah.
every couple months you're like, oh, maybe I can buy, like, I'm really looking forward to this game, hopefully it's good, and then like you bought it, you spent the only money you had for that, and then it ends up being shit. I understand how that can upset somebody. And so there's different types of gamers out there, and some people are looking for that fucking game, and they're gonna get like 1,000 hours out of. And I'm not one of those people. I don't even care about achievements, but I hop, and everybody knows I hop games a lot, but because I just want to sample everything. But there's different people, different economic factors, different interest factors. It might not even be an economic thing. Maybe people are like, I don't want to play a bunch of games. I want fucking one solid game.
Sure, and that's all. First off, it's a fair point, but it's also completely valid. Like,
Yeah.
There are people who are just the one game person, and that, I'm not saying don't be that person. I'm just saying if you're feeling tired of gaming, maybe expand a little bit. See if you are tired of gaming or you're just tired of what you're playing.
Yeah.
But as far as the economic thing goes, like obviously you can only do so much in that regard. I would say maybe don't day one buy games though. Watch stuff on it, check it out. I know it's hard because like everyone's playing it, you're excited, you want to play it too, type of thing, and then you may get disappointed, and then you're kind of boned, especially if you buy games on console because they don't have the same kind of return policies as you do on like PC and stuff. So
Yeah, it's one thing that's just so fantastic about Steam is you can refund games like so easily.
Yeah. It's obviously a very like nuanced and complicated topic, but I just the
A lot of factors.
the topic has come up a lot, and so like it's interesting for me because and I understand our position in that regard. Not to get too into that aspect of our personal lives, but we do play a lot of games, so I'd be curious to hear people's opinions on that as well. So.
Yeah, when it comes to people being jaded on gaming, though, I'm not, again, just bringing up people in general, not Tom B, because I'm not trying to, like, your point is very straightforward.
You kind of moved past you, Tom. Sorry.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I just don't want to being confused. Like I'm kind of talking about him, and I'm not. I'm talking about the more extreme element of
Right.
people feeling not fulfilled by gaming right now, and how people are really upset by it. That you look at not to talk about too much again, but like the day before, and like I'm trying to understand the situation while also acknowledging there's obviously fucking some problems here and some question marks for sure.
Sure.
But there are people who, as soon as they saw red flags, started creating fake information on the game about it being fake. A lot of those people were just trying to get views though, so it's just fucking
100%.
bitching about day before trying to make money while they're lying and making money themselves. And then instead of trying to make sense of the situation and figure out what the fuck actually happened with this goddamn game, if you actually care, a lot of people are just, they hop from one negative to the other, and then it's just settled. There's no conversation to have. There's like, no, they're a piece of shit and they fucking tried to scam us, or they did scam us, and that's the end of it. I'm like, most things aren't that simple. Like almost nothing is that simple. And it's really boring to even engage that conversation because it's a dead end. There's no discussion to be had there. And there's no discussion about gaming to be had there. There's nothing to be gained from that conversation because we can't move forward to the next situation where we might have red flags when we just assume that when people do things that we don't like, they're instantly just fucking scammers. Mm-hmm. It's too simple. It's like when people call people haters, it drives me nuts. It's like, well, is there criticism valid? Is there anything to discuss there? You can have negative opinions without it just being dismissed as like, well, you just hate shit. It's like, that goes nowhere. That, like, where do we go from there? Nowhere. Like, you just want to be done with it at that point. Like, they're bad. I'm good. They're the bad ones. I'm the good one. The end. And it's like, okay, I don't even know what the fuck you even gain from that. So there are people who are just ready to accept a game is bad, or the people are bad, or the gaming is bad, and I swear a lot of people want that. It's like they want to take something out on these situations. So
Yeah.
but then bad practices we should call out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've been very vocal about being a huge fan of like Battlefield, and then seeing where it went, and that sucks. I'm a huge fan. I was a huge fan of Konami early on, and Metal Gear Solid, all that shit, and now like fuck Konami until they can prove themselves. But I also, there's no dead end with me, because if they redeem themselves, I'm the first one that's gonna be like, great, dude, you guys made mistakes, make it right, and if you do, I will fucking forgive that. It doesn't look like they're doing that, but like that's just where I'm at. I'm not looking to just like find the enemy and be done with it. So
Yeah, I don't have the energy for that.
I do.
I got other things I could be doing.
I do, because I don't do it on this channel, but like I can get into arguments and debates and shit. But like if it's just like mind numbing and dead end, I just like, I'm too old for it at this point. It needs to be productive.
I mean, we live in a time where there's just so many options. And so if I don't like something, I just won't give them my money and I'll play something else.
That's the thing. It's so easy to hop to the next thing unless there's an economic thing there.
Sure. And there's always going to be variables, but I think just generally speaking, even like games I own, like this is going to be a weird example, but you know, if I really wanted to just kind of chill and reset, I can just go back and I can play Stardew Valley again, or I can go play Minecraft or like something like to kind of like reset and just be more of a comfort zone for a little bit, and then until I find the next thing I want to play. So whatever. So yeah,
it's like when I bought the day before I played it, I was like, yep, it's shit. And I just refunded it when I played something else. And yeah, I'll talk about it, but I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and fucking think about it. It was just a bad game. Like, moving on. That was a clip from our podcast, Taste the Cast. If you want to see more, check it out. Link down below.